Kahala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone that teach this truth, which I believe through the Holy Scripture, line of prophecy is 100% of the truth. Your brother Malakama, and do a lesson tonight. It's going to be, the title is going to be, We Are Ready for Our Lick Back. And what kind of inspired me to do this lesson? I was thinking about some of the friends and loved ones I have lost, over the years to this devil, man, to this man that's in rulership, and through a lot of his inventions of methods of killing and destroying our people, over the years, you could just think, not just my family, I'm quite sure many of you out there have lost many family members under a lot of these inventions and things that this devil has put out there in our community. And we're just not gonna go into food and the cancers and all those things, but let's just talk about, just some of the drugs, that's been pumped into our neighborhoods, this gangster lifestyle, that's been pumped into our communities, man, that destroyed generations upon generations of our people. And it's really been a diabolical master game plan that they really put in effect in the starting from the 60s. They broke up the families, they took the men out of the household, put these women in these compact communities where you're living on top of each other, and then you force oppression on these people by you taking out the jobs, just creating a hell-like condition. Then on top of that, with the alcohol and Jake struggling in these conditions, and then you come in with the exploitation movies that they pushed out in the 70s, teaching young Jakes how to be pimps, glorifying selling drugs and dope and all that shit. It's just a mixture of all type of degradation, that they pushed on our people. And that's back in the late 60s and early 70s. Then you have to mention the 80s, we come in when they brought in the crack epidemic, and they through the music, through what's that gangster music they pushed out during that time. Now they done shifted to what they call drill music. But I remember doing in the 80s, about mid 80s, that's when the crack epidemic came, and it just kind of like flooded the streets. Any Jake community, if you was any type of Jake communities, man, you've seen the effects of it. It was like overnight. And me, I was gone for a little bit. When I came back home, man, you could just see the devastation that was taken, the mindset of the people, and the dreams that was killed behind of it. And a lot of my family members, fell victim to it. Had family members and friends, that fell victim to it. You just seen a whole generation that's pretty much wiped out. And I think it was the Lord will, God's will at the time, that I wasn't there around during that time, because if I hadn't been there, it's easy to get influenced, especially, if you don't have the hand of the Lord on you, man. And so I seen a lot of my family members and friends get influenced and, end up getting on those drugs, and it's like a lifetime of a steady addiction that kind of, drains you to it finally takes you out, man. And all these things were orchestrated by the devil, man. All these things were orchestrated by Esau Edom. Call him out for who he is, man, the so-called white man, And, they had no remorse for our people. There was no, it was hard at that time to get in rehab centers, because, I tried, diligently to get my brother in the rehab center and things like that, people that I knew and some friends that I knew. And they made it very difficult on you Jakes, man, during that time. And not just the men, but you can imagine what it did to the women, these women in these single homes, and they on that shit. And, it get to the point that, she'll do anything for it because of the craving, And it's been rumors that it's been created in laboratories up there in California, like in UCLA or USC, one of those laboratories where they created the crack, at that time. And we all know that the CIA has been, because it's been documented that the CIA was the one that pushed it into the neighborhoods to finance the Iran-Contra war. And you see what effects what it done down there, man. What this devil had done to those communities down there, man, with the gang and the drugs and shit, has totally destroyed those generations of people. And that's why you have a lot of our people from the Northern Kingdom that's they running up here to get out those hellish conditions that was created by this devil, man. He's corrupted the whole planet, corrupted the whole planet. He destroyed many generations, man, and it's a lot of blood on this devil's hand, and Lord will that, we're going to get our recompense, man. We want to get our lick back. We've been waiting, and I just can't wait to get these devils in our clutches, man. Have them up under us. It's like they had us